What's up, everybody? Just got done doing regulator. I meant initially I said I'm going to do Undertow, but I really meant to say regulator. On one of my turns on regulator, I took a spill, so I think I might put it on video so you see it. But thank God I had my helmet, my goggles, my chest and my back and my shins. I have all protection, so I got a little scratch, nothing major. So I'm fortunate. A couple years ago, I cracked a rib and it was pretty bad, really bad. It took 6 weeks to heal. So ever since then, I got the full armor. But my next one is going to be Undertow. Then depending on how I feel, I may go up and do one more run down on Ross Street. But until then, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Got off Silver Lake Express, coming from the bottom down here. And if you want to do the front side, you have to do a Homestake Express. And this right here, where we're looking at, this is Silver Lake Lodge area. Normally this is covered snow, covered feet of snow for skiing. And this is the Silver Lake Lodge and restaurants. And there's over here you have condos. Over there is Stein Erickson. This is the Sterling Express. Normally during the summertime you can go over to the top and bike, but because of the Deer Valley expansion, a lot of those trails are closed due to piping and construction. But you still can go to the very top to look at the Heber Valley as well as Rossignol Reservoir. It's beautiful. This right here is the Skills Park area at Deer Valley. So if you're new to biking downhill, so you could kind of get a little practice before you actually hit any of the trails out here at Deer Valley. My niece and nephew, they did it about a week and a half ago, and my niece, she was nervous, but it's a good way to kind of see if you got what it takes before you engage in anything, get a good feel about it. Alright, this might be my last run of the day. I'm planning on doing Undertow. The last time I talked up here, I would say I was going to go and do Undertow, but it was really regulator. So I apologize for that. I took a tumble, but I had all my stuff out, a couple of scratches, nothing major. I didn't break anything. So it's kind of dry, so when it's dry, you got to be very careful when you turn. You can slide. It's just like going over fine dust. So this place closes at 5. They open from 10 to 5 p.m. 6 days a week. On Tuesday, they're open from 10 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. The 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. time frame is called a Twilight Series. So if you want to come up here and save a little bit of money, that's another option. So you could do all day and pay the one major fee, or you could do half a day, or you could do